Was it a cartoon?
That was a cartoon, yeah.
I thought that was literally Mr. Wizard. I thought that's where they got it from.
Well, yes, but that was the classic line at the end of every episode when
Right.
the turtle character got himself into trouble. He'd say, "Help me, Mr. Wizard."
Right.
So you
See?
do know that one. Wow.
I told you. Been a TV fiend from the beginning, from the womb.
All right. I think we're live.
Let me see.
Looks live to me.
It's not telling me.
Well, it's trying to be.
It's trying to be. It's making an effort.
It looks like it's live. It's acting like it's live. So I'm gonna say we're live.
All right. Sounds good, like a plan to me.
Here we go. Welcome to LOA Today. I'm Walt Thiessen here with Alex King. Today is Tuesday, September the 24th, 2019. It is 4 p.m. New York time. That's 1 p.m. Los Angeles, 9 p.m. London, 5 a.m. in Tokyo, and 6 a.m. in Sydney, Australia. And wherever you are in the world, thanks for joining us for another episode of LOA Today, your daily dose of happy. And Tuesday is a particularly happy, crazy day because I think this is probably the one episode out of the week, Alex, where we have more laughs per minute than any other episode. Would you agree?
Actual factuals.
Yeah. But this is about the silliest episode of the week, and you can count on that. So if you've been needing to get that little bit of a pick-me-up, you tuned into the right episode.
Hi!
We're going to get you going. I mean, sometimes you got to have that laugh to get rid of that stuff you've been carrying all along, which, of course, is our topic for today, getting rid of stuff that you carry all along.
Nice segue.
Yeah, but that literally is it, because, you know, if you're carrying that stuff, you're feeling lousy and you're just not having a good day, and you know you got to raise the vibration. What better way to do it than with humor?
Exactly.
You know? I mean, tell me honestly, when you're not feeling good, don't you go to the mirror and start telling yourself jokes?
No, I go to the mirror and remind myself how gorgeous I am.
All right, well, okay.
I'm like,
that's a good alternative.
Alex, okay, I see you. You're having a good gene day today. Okay, your hair's on point. Okay, I see you. That's me in the mirror every day.
Well, that's good. Hey, actually, that has both elements to it, because it's got a funny side to it, and it's got a really proud, like, okay, here I am side. That's good.
Yeah, eventually my mother's like, what are you doing? And I'm
what
like, I'm hilarious. That's all it is.
I have to admit, when I do my mirror work, I always do it privately. I don't want to show off for anybody. You, on the other hand, I'm sure you're right out there with it. But for me, it's like, no, don't even look at me when I'm doing my mirror work.
No, I don't do it on purpose. I just don't care who's around me. I could be on the phone with somebody and I just walk by a mirror and I'm like, oh, girl, okay.
That's
so
good.
Just catch myself in a mirror sometimes and I'm just like, today's a good day.
Well, it's got to do good things for your self-confidence if you do it often enough.
But then it also has the opposite effect when you do the spontaneous kind, and then you catch yourself in your mirror and you're like, ooh, somebody missed an eyebrow day.
Oh, dear. In other words, when you start getting self-critical.
Yes.
So you could go either way, I guess. That's where the self-discipline comes in. That's where you have to say, okay, every time I see that mirror, I am determined I'm going to focus on what I like.
I just do my eyebrows and then start all over.
Well, yeah. Well, that's another way to do it. Sure. But what if you forget to do your eyebrows? You still should do yourself a nice turn.
Well, you can't forget to do your eyebrows. I mean, I'm not the type of person that draws them on every day. I'm literally talking about my once a month plucking.
Okay.
Yeah. But sometimes they grow in unbeknownst to me. And I'm just like, oh, okay. I guess I missed a day.
Okay. Well, that's better than beating yourself up about it.
No, I definitely don't beat myself up about it. I just put it in the back of my mind. Okay, I got to put that on the list. And then I have a full hygiene day and do my whole thing.
A full hygiene day? Is that a thing?
Oh, yes. That's for women, it's a thing. Like there was a meme, as I say on every episode. And it said, there's a difference for females with different types of showers. And there's 3 different types of showers. There's I'm just jumping in the shower to, clean up. There's I'm washing my hair and washing my face shower. And then there's full blown shaving, hair wash, face mask, everything. Like there's 3 different types of showers.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends on the situation and the person you're getting ready for.
Ah, okay. And
Yes.
speaking of which, that's also a nice newsy thing going on in the background, isn't it?
A little
She's
bit.
smiling. She's smiling big.
Yes.
I got the
Vibrating
message.
kind of high this week.
She got herself into a relationship.
Sure
And
did.
how cool
Fairly
is that?
quickly, actually.
Fairly quickly.
Fairly quickly. Like, okay, you know when Facebook's dating started because we had the podcast
Oh,
about
well,
it.
that's true. Oh, so this is
So-
somebody you met on Facebook. That's what you meant when you
Yeah,
said that.
that's why I
Okay.
said hashtag Facebook dating. Yes.
Okay. So apparently it works.
It works. Yes. Better than any of the other apps I've been on. Yes. So thank you,
Whoa.
Facebook. Yes.
Okay. Facebook, you can send the endorsement money to.
Hello.
So, well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised considering how big of a reach Facebook has. I mean,
Right.
You're basically maximizing your chances, but that's
Mhm.
pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah.
you're right. That was like what, 2 weeks ago, a week ago? It was pretty recent.
2 weeks ago, I got on it, and then, but I just met him 5 days ago.
Yeah, that's really quick.
That's
That's pretty darn quick. That's good.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how well did it work out? I mean, I know you really like the ability to screen and to find out about people and so forth. Did it give you the information you were looking for?
Well, see, here's the thing about it is it's totally separate from actual Facebook. So until you speak to the person and you're like, hey, what's your Facebook name? Or because it doesn't put anyone's last name on the profile. It's just
I
your
see.
first name. So
Okay.
you can't just go, okay, this is Paul so-and-so. I'm going to go look him up on regular Facebook and, start Facebook stalking him and see what I can find out. You have to actually get the person's last name and then you can Facebook stalk them. But at that point, you should be friends on Facebook anyway. So
really, in a sense, you were flying blind at first compared to the way you like to do things.
a little bit, but I trusted it more because like I had posted a couple of months back, I feel like we need to get back to the old school days where we start meeting people through friends of friends. So Facebook dating is like basically that version of it.
Speaking for the older generation, I congratulate you on that.
Yeah, I
insight.
mean, I actually got it from you. I was like, yeah, why can't I meet someone like how Walt met Louise? Like, let's kick it old school a little bit. So I made a post and I was like, anybody who's got any friends that are interested, tell them to slide up in my DMs.
and I saw that post. I
but-
remember seeing that post. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no, it didn't work. But a couple of my friends were like, she's such a good woman. And they shared the post. And I was like, oh, you guys.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. So what did it feel like then getting to know this guy initially without having the usual bells and whistles to rely on?
It wasn't any different. I still asked the same questions. I still got,
Oh, okay.
I got different answers. That was the key. It was,
And, I mean, without spilling beans, can you give me an idea of what you're talking about? Like what kind of answers would be different?
well, usually, one of my main questions is, what do you want from this app? Like, what are you looking for? So I
Okay.
know which way to move after that. Like, are you
Mhm.
just here to sleep with someone, or are you actually looking for a relationship, and what type of relationship? And are you looking for
Mm.
kids later down the line? Because these are things I need to know.
Sure.
So that's one of my main questions I always ask. And actually, he asked me that question, and I
Oh,
was like, oh, and he said, because personally, I'm looking for my forever person. And I thought I was the only one who used that term. So I was like,
nice.
what is happening? I literally thought that it was one of my friends messing with me. And I was like, I know, because it was too specific to how I live my life. Like, we have so much in common. It's insane. It had to be one of my friends that knew me, and was like, oh, I'm just going to type everything she would type. But no, it wasn't.
So it couldn't have been law of attraction is what your initial reaction was.
Well, obviously it was.
Apparently it was, yeah. But
In
your
both
reaction
senses
said
of
no.
the word.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So it was great. And it was right when I was telling you, I was like, I deleted all my apps. And the only thing, I left Facebook dating on because I don't have to swipe on that one. Like, people can like me and I can go, no, you're not cute. I'm ignoring this message.
Mhm.
And so,
Mhm.
but that day I was feeling like, let me check a couple people out. So I went through like 3 or 4 people and I was like, okay, he's cute. And I liked it. And then he responded back, and I was like, oh, it's the cute one. Okay. I love when that happens. And so we started talking, getting to know each other. Turns out he's a tattoo artist, which is total law of attraction, because I'm trying to get a tattoo for my birthday. And so he's like, yeah, I work at the #1 tattoo parlor. And then at this point, I'm like, okay, he's just marketing at this point. So he's trying to sell his tattoos. He's like, yeah, I'm actually in Hyannis right now doing some tattoos for my family. And I'm like, what? Because his profile said he's from New Bedford. So I was like, all right, it's a bit of a commute, but I don't really care. I'm not driving. So
yeah,
that's another one of my questions I always ask, like, what's your driving situation? Because you're going to have to always come to me. Just, yeah. And so, he literally was across town and was like, I'll come do your tattoo tomorrow. And I was like, I have like a blood thinner situation. So I have to like not take my blood thinners for a couple of days in order to do a tattoo. So I got to know ahead of time. But he was like, okay, but I'd still like to come over and meet you. And I was like, oh, okay. So usually I don't meet guys that fast.
That sounds pretty quick to me.
It was 24 hours. Yes.
Yeah.
Usually I like to talk to them, text them, talk to them on the phone for a week, and then, invite them over. But yeah, he was like, I'd like to come over. And I was like, well, my mom's going to be home, so it'll be fine.
Chaperone.
And always do a chaperone. The one time I didn't, I ended up in court. So,
ooh,
yeah.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned. Like, it's just not enough to have my knife and my dogs. I need someone actually be here to make people accountable.
Okay.
So, yeah. But that's a different story for a different day.
Right.
Anyway.
And apparently that's not a set of baggage you were carrying that particular day. So that's a good thing.
No, I wasn't. Yeah. So
touching on the topic.
Right. Tap. So yeah, we met and we enjoyed each other's company. We literally sat there, and I told him I was going to introduce him to Supernatural, but we ended up sitting there talking for like 6 hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Right.
That's very good.
Yeah. So
a 6-hour conversation.
6 hour
you
on the couch.
Broke Luis's my record. You realize that?
It wasn't even on the phone. It was on the couch. So it was like live and in person.
Yeah.
6 hour conversation.
I mean, 6 hours for us, that was 3 weeks.
Well, you move too slow, Walt.
Well, at the time I was pretty burned out by dating, so that's probably why.
Well, so was I. Jeez. I was like, nope, I've deactivated everything. But
you hadn't deactivated everything. I literally had deactivated everything. Everything was turned off. I mean, the no sale sign was in the window.
Well, I didn't put the no sale sign, but I definitely put up the for rent sign. So
okay.
I was like, I'm open, but I'm not looking.
Hours are limited.
Right, exactly. Summer hours only.
Summer hours only. That's it. Which apparently meant 6 hours. That's a long conversation.
Yeah. And then we watched Supernatural. So it was a very long date. He ended up staying over because his ride never came or his ride ended up going to work that night. And so I was like, you can just stay here. It's fine. And we hung out, watched Supernatural all night. He's also an insomniac.
Oh, my.
Yeah, literally everything he said, I was like, me too. So it's crazy how much we have in common. And yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm enjoying myself.
So I'm going to ask what I think is an extremely obvious question. Do you really like him?
A little bit. I'd say so. I mean, I text you, so obviously.
This is true.
And we're Facebook.
I was going to say, I don't have like this long history of being texted by you when you've met somebody, so I don't have a whole lot of data to work with.
Well, that's the thing. It's never happened.
Yeah, so.
So that's why this is like legit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's great.
Plus, I thought you want to know because it was Facebook dating, and then so it like taps into the whole. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So that's cool. All right. Well, then in this context, this is kind of a weird context for the topic then. Because the topic is baggage that we carry.
Yes.
And is there a connection between the two, or are they really quite separate?
No, well, I mean, everybody has baggage, so I guess there could be a connection. I haven't seen it yet, but I actually got the topic from a post that you commented on the LOA, not the LOA Today page, the the Law of Attraction Changed My Life page.
Oh, okay. You'll have to remind me, because I mean,
I know you comment a lot. So
well, it's not so much that. I think I commented like 5 times this week, but I couldn't tell you what I commented on.
Well, I barely remember what the post was about. It was a long post, and it was one of those "how do I get my ex back" things, and I just remember you said, "Run away from him," or something like that.
Oh, I know which one it was.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw a
Stop
response from her
chasing
today.
him. Stop chasing him. That's what it was.
I said, stop clinging to him.
Clinging. Thank you. That's what it was.
Stop clinging to him.
Yeah.
And I saw that she responded to me, and I also saw she had responded to a bunch of other people, and she kept giving answers about why she wasn't liking the answer and so forth. And I'm the one who basically hit her across the face with it. She says, "Yeah, you're absolutely right."
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, okay, good for her.
Good for her.
That never happens.
That's not easy to acknowledge.
It's not. It's not.
No.
Oh, yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and I don't know what the baggage in that particular case would be, but is that a double play on words? I think it might be. But anyway.
Particular case. I got it. Oh, that was funny.
Well, we knew going in this is going to be a laugh fest, because it's just kind of, it lends itself. You don't even have to work at it. Facts. But yeah, whenever I'm seeing these posts these days, I think I'm becoming less tolerant. I don't want to mess around anymore. Agreed.
Because you sound like me in your comments now, and I'm like, I was like, oh damn, I'm rubbing off on him. Because you literally said stop clinging to him. I was like, ooh, this is a little savage. I like it.
I'm not trying to be cruel or anything. It's just
no, but you sounded a bit frustrated. Like, what's wrong with these people?
Well, if I was frustrated, it wasn't with them. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, just in general.
I did have stuff to be frustrated about. Maybe I was projecting or something, but it wasn't about her.
I mean, the topics are always the same, and it's like they're bitching and complaining, but it's like, why are you bitching and complaining about a situation that you partly created, and you're choosing to stay in, which is why you're bitching and complaining and asking for help? Like, come on.
I think that's what it was. It was the way I always read the question. If they don't ask a question, I don't respond.
Okay.
But if they ask a question, I read the question and I literally try to answer that question the way it's worded.
Right.
And something about the way, I don't remember the way she worded it, but something about it said to me, stop clinging to him. That's the answer to your question. So it wasn't that I was trying to get in her face or anything. It was literally, that's the answer to your question.
Well, the way I read it, when I read your comment, I was just like, I mean, it's the simplest answer and it's right in your face. Like, it's just pointing out what the mirror has been telling you. Like,
yes, right. Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Hello.
why can't I get my twin flame to stay with me? The mirror saying, what the hell's wrong with you?
And she even asked, she was like, well, I know it's partly because he's my twin flame. And I was like, okay, so if you know the problem, what are you going to do to fix it?
That's what it was. She kept iterating all the different ways that she knew what was going on.
Right.
And all of them pointed to clinging.
Right.
So, I mean, that's what made my response so easy.
Yeah.
Like, you're clinging. Stop clinging to him. Just stop,
like, why? Like, what are you doing?
Not even why. Just, this is what you're doing it. You're doing it, So there's no discussion point here. This is not something that we can kind of, work our way around the outside edges or something. You just made it really clear you're clinging.
Right.
It's like that really dumb old dad joke, right? Doctor, it hurts whenever I raise my arm like that. And the doctor says, well, don't raise your arm like that. I mean, come on, this is not a difficult solution.
This isn't math, people.
Not at all.
Oh my God. Yeah, I just thought that was really funny so I liked your comment when I
well, thank you.
When I was on there.
I appreciate that.
I was like, facts, Walt, facts.
It's funny, though, how, I mean, you talked about baggage being the topic. Now, there's somebody who not only had baggage, but she knew what it was.
Right. And usually people don't acknowledge what it is.
So I got to give her credit for that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she was halfway there.
There was a strong degree of honesty going on.
Yeah.
Which is, that's half of it right there.
Yep. That's how you start. Once you're honest with yourself and you realize and you pinpoint the problem, now you just got to take care of the problem. That's how you get rid of baggage. It's that simple.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if it's simple.
I mean, yeah, it's easier said than done.
It's easy. It's just not simple.
Touche. I like that hashtag.
Yeah. Hashtag it's easy, not simple.
Yep.
It's true. I mean, that's so much of what learning to be a conscious creator is all about. I mean, the concepts are simple as heck.
Right.
There's nothing so simple as we attract what we focus our attention on. That's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
The tricky part is when we get our creative minds involved and start turning it into all kinds of other stuff, and then we get confused.
Yeah.
In fact, Abraham put out Esther's team sends out little emails to people who subscribe to that list.
Okay.
Every single day, little snippets from various workshops. And the one that came, I think it was the one that came today, talked about how people often think that when they are thinking, when they're imagining or focusing or planning or engaging in thoughts, that they're putting stuff out there. And we even use that phrase, we're putting stuff out there.
Yeah.
But they said that's actually, strictly speaking, not what happens.
Really?
What's actually happening is you are putting out a vibration of what is going on with you, and so it comes to you. It isn't you putting it out there. It's that you're drawing it to you.
Okay. Yeah, I guess, that tracks.
Which is not the way we normally think about it, but when you think law of attraction, it kind of makes sense that way. I mean, it really wouldn't make any sense to say law of attraction, I'm putting it out there. That actually doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Because like attraction, you're attracting it to you. Like, hello.
That's right. Yeah. But it's a good reminder, because what I think it really is saying is we only attract. We don't repel.
Nope.
We don't influence by putting stuff out there. We just attract. That's all that ever happens. And I think it's an important thing when we're trying to understand how we influence others, because that's a topic that we've talked about. People, especially the whole thing, every once in a while you still see it, people posting, well, how can I basically make that person behave the way I want them to behave? Usually,
right.
And then there's all this advice on how to do that, putting various stuff out there. But the Abraham point kind of undermines that whole approach, because it basically says, no, the only way you can influence somebody else is by putting yourself into a high vibrational place. And in a high vibrational place, you attract more of their high vibrational feeling as well. It's not like you're not really influencing them.
Right.
You're drawing from them that which you most want to draw. It's not really the same thing.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it's a good way to differentiate, because I mean, there are people who literally want to try to manipulate others through law of attraction.
Yes.
But when you understand this way of thinking about it, you realize that's really not possible.
Well, we knew it wasn't possible the whole time. That's what we've been telling people.
Well, yes, we did. but now we have a clear way of explaining it.
Yes, we definitely do.
You can't attract control of others. You can attract your control. You can't attract someone else's control. Well, you just can't. There's no way to do that.
Right.
It's not physiologically possible. It's not universally possible. There's not a way to do that. But you can attract to you that kind of behavior that you most like, because it's what you're vibrating to.
Right.
Yeah. Now, the tricky part, and this is where sometimes people go off the rails as well, then can't I attract to me the behavior that I want from that other person, even if he doesn't want to make it? And the answer is no, that's right. Not what it says. What it says is you can only attract what you are vibrating to, because you are attracting what you are vibrating to. You can't make somebody else vibrate. You will vibrate the way I tell you to vibrate. So come on, what are you waiting for? Start vibrating. Come on.
Oh, it's not a phone setting. You can't do that.
No, it's not a phone setting. Let's go to general settings.
Oh my God.
I did see a very cool post this week by somebody who's relatively new to LOA. I don't remember which group it was in, but she posted how somebody stole her iPhone.
I did see that one. I just read it today. Yeah.
Wasn't that good? That was a
good
story.
Good. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the only disappointing part for me was the comments were like completely off base. Like, did they read the story? But the story itself
Some
was
people
great.
read the first part of the story and then they just start commenting off of,
I guess, yeah. I mean, I've kind of done that sometimes, but I always skim the rest at least. And if you skim the rest, you saw there was a lot more going on than she lost the iPhone.
Right.
But anyway, she lost the iPhone, and then she decided to do it the way Neville teaches, and well, it's either going to work or it's not. So I'm going to do it. She did it for like a few moments, and then she went right back to being mad again and forgot about it, and ended up getting the phone back. The phone was broken when she got it back, which I think was probably tied to the fact that she only did it for a few moments, but nevertheless, she got it back. And with a friend who helped her buy a replacement screen for like $20 on Amazon, she got herself an iPhone back with all her stuff on it, all her photos and all her videos and everything else.
Exactly.
Well, that's pretty good.
It was a good story.
Yeah. And that's a great, I don't know if that was her first experience as a conscious creator, but if it was, what a great first experience that is.
I know that once you have an experience like that, then it just like, it makes you manifest more and vibrate higher, because you're just like, I did this. I can do more. Like, let's do more of this.
There's almost a moment where you say, did I really do that?
Yes, definitely.
Right? I think I went through that quite a bit. For me, it takes a lot of experiences before I really start buying into, I really did that. I think the first time that I had an experience like that was a weather-related experience.
Right.
Before I'd even heard about it. And then when, before I'd heard about law of attraction. And then when I first started studying LOA and told Louise about what I was studying and explained it to her, she says, well, you've been doing that for years. I said, what do you mean? She says, the weather, hurricanes. And I realized,
TV timeout. My phone just alerted me that we're live.
Well, isn't that nice of it? Of course, we've been live for 26 minutes, but I'm glad it finally caught up to us. That's great.
I mean, I hope we are.
According to my screen, we've been doing just fine. So
okay, good. I need to talk to my phone then.
I have one word for you: fruit phone.
Yes.
Anyway.
You know what? I'm not messing with them fruit phones, okay? Android for life.
Yeah, it just might take a little bit longer. That's all. But
it never usually does. It never takes what time is it? A half hour to tell me we're live? No, never. Gosh, it usually takes 30 seconds, not 30 minutes.
I don't know. But anyway, what were we saying?
You were changing the weather.
Oh yes, I was changing the weather, and I've been doing it for years, and I didn't realize what I was doing. And so when she pointed it out to me, the reaction was, I really did that?
Yeah.
But there were multiple instances. So, you start seeing enough and you say, geez, maybe I really did do that.
Yeah, I feel like the first time you do it, you don't put the dots together until they start, coming in multiples.
You almost have somebody point it out to you.
Yeah.
If you have somebody point it out to you, then at least you're aware of it. Up until then, that's a topic for a show all by itself.
Oh, tell me about it.
Times that we attract something and we don't realize we attracted it.
Until later.
Or more precisely, that we consciously attracted it. And we forgot that we consciously attracted it.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. That happens so often. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Facts.
Oh, it's just crazy. So, yeah, I mean, it can take a while. And I mean, it does kind of, you kind of build up, I don't know, a track record, I guess. But she's got herself a good first item in her list. So
yeah, that's a big one.
That's a really strong one. I mean, because I think what makes that one so good is that it is so definite.
Right. It's concrete evidence.
Concrete evidence. It happened quickly. That helps a lot. When you don't have a lot of time delay, it's a lot easier to remember that you did it.
Yes, that's true.
Right. And it happened almost, not exactly, but almost exactly the way she asked for it. Yeah.
I mean, she was literally like, I hope, someone finds it, a shopkeeper finds it, and that's
shopkeeper
what happened. Yeah.
I mean, that was very cool. So
it was.
So that's kind of like, in the context of baggage, that's kind of like what, reverse baggage? No, not reverse baggage. The baggage was that she had gotten all upset about losing the phone.
Well, who wouldn't? They're expensive.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm just saying that's what it was.
Yeah.
And she found a way to suspend the baggage. I don't know another way to say that, but she basically found a way to put that aside for a moment and do her imaging and imagining and visualizing the little scene so that she could actually get it back. But she had to put that baggage aside in order to do it.
I make my friends do that all the time when they start complaining about like, I don't know, another dude or another female or whatever they're having their issues with. I give them a set time that they're allowed to complain about it. And then the moment's over, you're done. You can't complain about it anymore. Like you're already done. So get it all out in the next 20 minutes. I usually make it end at midnight because it always happens late at night. So at midnight, I'm like, at 12:01, you are done bitching about this for life. Like that's it. So yeah, I suspend the baggage on the daily.
Okay. But of course, they're the ones who have to suspend the baggage because, I mean, they could stop talking
It's hard.
to you.
It's hard.
Well, they could stop talking to you about it, but they could still be festering over it.
Oh, yeah. But you got to start somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the point. She started somewhere, even though she wasn't able to sustain it real long. She sustained it just long enough to get the phone back in a broken condition. But
also, that's another key is like you have to let it go too. You can't focus on it so hard and then just keep doing it. You have to let it go.
Yeah.
Let the universe take its course.
That's the clinging factor that I referred to in that other post. Yeah. It's funny too how easily we cling. It's not just relationships.
No.
It's everything that we consciously try to attract and do a bad job of because we're so clingy to the thing that we don't have.
I don't know. I'm pretty good at attracting cheese.
Cheese?
Cheese. I love cheese.
So apparently you're not attached to cheese. That's good.
But I am.
Well, let's put it this way. You're cling free.
I am cling free. I am cling free. But I also attracted cheese in a way that like is amazing to me because, and I just realized I did this, because I'm lactose intolerant except for cheese. Except for cheese. So, but that's because I love cheese all my life. So it's like, I was like, fine, we can be lactose intolerant, but there's going to be stipulations to this. So,
well, that's actually, did you notice that you had essentially allowed yourself to attract that much dairy related stuff that you weren't going to allow it to be affecting your body, that you would allow the rest of it to affect your body, but not that?
Literally 5 seconds ago. Yes.
Oh, okay. So that's the first time you recognized it. Well, okay. So you recognized it now. That's good.
And I mostly know this because my friend came over and brought me mac and cheese from Chick-fil-A. So I was like, yes, I attracted that today. And I was like, in general, I attract cheese.
Yeah, but the big breakthrough is recognizing that you allow cheese, but you don't allow anything else.
Yes. No ice cream, no milk, but chocolate milk I can do.
So you have another one that you allow.
Yep. Yeah.
So apparently you're pretty powerful where dairy products are concerned.
Where dairy products are concerned. I'm powerful in general, but today it's dairy products. Yes.
Well, just because I said dairy products doesn't mean you're not powerful at anything else. I just
had,
point out that dairy products, you have pretty good power going on there.
Apparently. I don't know.
Yeah. I just think it's important. And the reason
I think it started with the fact that I prefer sorbet over ice cream. So my body was like, well, guess what? We're canceling everything.
So you went a little overboard.
A little bit, but I kept the cheese.
The cheese stands alone.
Oh my God. I just got how literal that is. We're terrible.
So, at what point does humor become baggage? No, actually, that's not a serious question.
Never. It alleviates baggage. If you can laugh about something, you can let it go.
Oh, by the way, you got a vote of support from Jenny about Android phones.
Jenny who? Do I know this Jenny?
Jenny Butler.
Nope, I don't know this Jenny, but thank you.
She says, yay, Alex, me too, for Android phones. I joked that my husband went to the dark side with Apple.
Yes! I just lost a friend to the dark side. He just got the iPhone 11. I was like, what? I was like, he was an Android person. I don't know what happened. I was like, he was like, well, I was like, I can't be friends with someone with an iPhone. He was like, well, I'm coming over next week so we can say our goodbyes then. Savage.
So I guess I should stop waving my iPhone in front of the camera.
Listen, I can't even talk to you because your iPhone's not even on this level. Like, at least he's got the new one. You're like back in like 2001.
Well, I'm not quite that far back, but see, it depends on how you look at it. I'm not paying $1,000 for a phone.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I paid $115 for this phone, cash.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even have to go on to a payment plan or anything.
I mean, I manifest my phone bill being paid, so
there you go.
I haven't since I got my new phone. I haven't had to pay my phone bill.
That's pretty cool.
I know.
I have to say that's very.
Thank you, Xfinity.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you. Your conscious, deliberate attraction ability. Too.
Facts.
Yeah, because that's a big part of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very big part of it. So let's go back to baggage because that's the main topic for the day.
Yep.
Okay. Did I ask you where you got it from? I can't remember where you got the topic from.
Yes, that's how we got on the whole Law of Attraction Change My Life page.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the clinging.
So, okay. Well, it's your topic. Where do you want to go with it? What do you think is when
I hear baggage, I automatically think of relationships and what you're bringing into the new relationship. Mm-hmm. And that's usually where baggage comes into play. Usually, but you have baggage with everything. But it's mostly relationships, but it's also any type of relationship, friendship, family members. I mean, anybody. It's just baggage, I think, creates trust issues with certain things. And I feel like it does because it's like somebody did something to you and you carry that over to the next relationship. And now you don't trust the person to not do the same thing the last person did.
See, I'm wondering from a law of attraction perspective, if just having trust issues is what creates baggage.
Facts. Yeah, definitely.
You know,
definitely. I don't know if it's the chicken or the egg situation, but
it might be
one. They both come together. I tell you that.
That is true. That is true.
I don't know who started what fight, but
but it's also a good reminder that because there is the side of it that says I have a trust issue, therefore I'm creating baggage out of it. There is also the flip side, which says I can create in myself trust and stop creating baggage. It can work both ways.
Yep. Yes, definitely. It definitely can.
So I'm going to anticipate, the many thousands of people in the Facebook group saying, okay, so how do I develop my trust?
Okay. What time is it? All right.
We got 23 minutes left.
Okay.
22 minutes and 30 seconds. Go.
First, I would say it's not the next person's fault. So you need to just, I'm not going to say just let it go because some baggage is actually healthy. Like it
talk about that.
Like for instance, okay, the reason why I only invite guys over when my mom's home, that's baggage that I had from a situation that happened. So yeah, which is again is a trust issue because like I don't know you, I don't know what could happen to me.
We could actually define baggage as lessons learned.
Yes, also definitely lessons learned.
Well, it raises the question then, is it really baggage? Does it have to be baggage? I guess is the better question. Because
I don't think it needs to be labeled as bad. Well, okay, it's baggage, but I don't think baggage has to be a good or bad thing.
I mean, when we talk about baggage, what we're usually talking about is something that kind of weighs us down and holds us back because it's heavy to carry, right? But a lesson learned doesn't have to be heavy. It doesn't have to be hard to carry. It can be.
I mean, it's just being carried. It doesn't have to be heavy.
I mean, at that point, was it a briefcase?
Yep. Or a purse.
Or a purse, yeah.
A wallet that you need all the time.
Something, I mean.
Oh, he did not just say fanny pack.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Louise came home and told me, guess what they were selling at the Walmart yesterday? They were selling fanny packs and what was the other phrase? There's a phrase for carrying your money in a Well, Money Belt. There it is. Money Belts. They were selling them at Walmart. So apparently
Okay.
they're back.
No, okay. Did you hear what you just said? Walmart, they're not back. If they were at Calvin Klein, maybe they'd be back. Okay, that's different.
Well, I haven't shopped at Calvin Klein for a while, so I don't know if Calvin has them or not.
Wow. All right, I'm gonna Google that later. But fanny pack is definitely a hashtag.
So apparently, you haven't shopped at Calvin for a while either.
I've never shopped at Calvin. I am not a label whore. I do not do those things. I shop at Old Navy, and I didn't see any fanny packs. So, oh no, I'm lying. My sister bought a fanny pack because it had sparkles on it, and she's weird like that. So she's like, I can carry everything in my pouch. I was like, okay, kangaroo.
Case closed.
I didn't say it was back. I just said it was sparkly. And my sister's not the most fashionable, so she that's not where you want to base your theory off of.
Oh, you're going to be embarrassed when you see fanny packs being sold everywhere.
Nope, because there's a lot of stuff that comes back in style, and I'm just like, nope, not doing it. No. It is canceled in my closet. Sorry.
So apparently that's one form of baggage we don't have to be concerned about where Alex is concerned. It's not going to happen.
Can't carry. I mean, you know what? You should have the small amount of baggage that can be carried in a fanny pack. So if you want to have a mental fanny pack, that's fine.
Okay.
But that's all I'm allowing. I'm suspending the baggage. Okay.
I can tell.
Yes.
Suspending it. I'm not even sure you're picking it up. I think you're leaving it behind at the bus depot. I mean,
no, I don't carry baggage. Like, no, I don't. That's why I cut people off so quickly. Like, I don't have time. I don't have time for issues. I got enough of my own. I don't need everybody else's too. So no.
So there's an interesting point. Is baggage something that is related to somebody else's stuff? I mean, it can be baggage if it's only your stuff.
No, I don't think so.
So baggage, the way you're defining it, has to include somebody else's stuff.
No, it doesn't have to include it. I'm just saying it can include it.
Oh, it can. All right.
Yeah.
So my second question, apparently the answer is yes, because the question was, can baggage be only your own stuff? What
did I say?
No.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's like, if when someone in your family has an issue, it can become your issue, especially if it's like a parent or something. You grow up with that issue.
So you're still saying that there's a connection to somebody else there. I'm wondering, can you just have your own baggage that somebody else didn't have a role in creating?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. What do you think?
I think yes.
Example.
Well, not to get too personal, the various issues that we carry. You have a number of medical issues you deal with.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That wasn't caused by anybody else.
Yeah. I mean, that I would say qualifies as baggage.
Do you though? Because I mean, it can. It's definitely ruined some dates for me. I'll tell you that.
It just depends on whether you feel like it's dragging you down in any way. If you do, then that makes it baggage.
I mean, I'm just used to it. It's can be inconvenient at
times. Of course. Yeah. People get really used to baggage. There's nothing new there. Baggage and comfort zones go together. You want to find your baggage, go look in the comfort zone. That's where it is.
My baggage is a beanbag chair in my comfort zone.
But it's true that, I mean, baggage it falls into the category of what is comfortable, and we're used to it, and we really don't want to have to get rid of it because it takes work to get rid of baggage.
Yes.
I have to change myself. I have to think differently. I have to do differently. I have to be differently. I don't want to do that. I'd rather just keep the same old going. It's so much easier.
And then all you're going to get is the same old.
Well, I mean, that's what the mindset is. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think baggage covers a wide range of things, and I think that we do create. I would say ultimately we create all of it. We might kind of take cues from other relationships, from other people we're in a relationship with, but we create all of our own baggage, I think.
Obviously, yes.
Yeah. And because of that, first of all, it's ours. Second of all, it also means we can leave it behind anytime we want.
Exactly.
So
Now,
let's talk about strategies for leaving it behind.
I was just going to say that.
All right.
Well, give me an example and I'll tell you how to get rid of it.
Okay. Well, you were talking about a relationship with somebody where you are influenced by somebody else to start carrying some baggage. Maybe somebody treated you in a certain way, you didn't like it, and so you, from that point on, you always felt like anybody who wears a purple shirt like that person is going to affect you in a negative way, and so you start carrying the baggage of I don't like purple shirts because of that.
Okay.
Which is a pretty strange example, I know, but that's what.
No, but I totally get what you're saying. So, like, okay, so the last guy who cheated on you was wearing a purple shirt, or really like purple shirts. Okay, right. So now you avoid purple shirts because it triggers you to the cheating situation.
Exactly. And where did I get purple? Because I'm looking at you in a purple room. So purple is the first color that came to my mind, right?
I mean, purple just goes with my name. It's just what it is. But anyways, I was going to say, I actually ran into this situation with a friend of mine, and I straight up told her, I was like, you can't carry the baggage. You can't hold on to it. It's not like you can't bring it into the new relationship. It's not the next person's fault for what the last person did. So allow your new boyfriend to wear his purple shirt and just, I don't know, get some sunglasses. I don't know what to say.
Get some sunglasses.
Get some Ray-Bans. They'll change the color.
Yeah, that would work.
Or just, slowly realize that this person isn't purple shirt. So he's more than his purple shirt.
That's good. Yeah, that's basically allowing the other person to be more than the limited stereotypical assumption you made about them. Mm-hmm. Which is always a good thing to do.
Yeah, don't limit your mindset is basically what I'm saying.
Now, Jenny contributed to this conversation as well. She says trust issues can be the baggage themselves.
Facts.
So let's pick a trust issue, and how do we leave the trust issue behind? That's the next step in this self-education process.
Okay, trust issue. I pick abandonment.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Because that can come in any form from anybody.
That covers a lot. That's true.
Yeah.
So how do you let go of abandonment?
I feel like that's one of the harder ones. Because that usually, I mean, that can, like I said, it can come from anywhere. And then it's like the yellow car thing that you've been telling me about. Mm-hmm. So it's like, if you feel abandoned at any way, shape, or form, that's what you're going to attract. So you're going to get abandoned.
It's a vicious circle.
Yeah, it is. And then because you got abandoned, you're feeling abandonment. So how do we get rid of it? Therapy. I'm going to honestly say therapy. This one. I'm not even going to say I have a handle on it. Yeah. Deep therapy. Call Joel. He'll help you.
Call Joel. Well, I'm sure that he'll appreciate us helping to fill up his calendar.
Right. Not that we need his calendar any fuller.
No, his calendar is doing pretty good.
Yeah.
But actually, I think there is something that you can do if you're dealing with an abandonment issue.
Okay.
You can, again, take the leaf out of Neville Goddard's book and decide what is the replacement scene you would like to have. This is also what Abraham Hicks calls pivoting. Pivoting. So, okay, instead of being abandoned, what would the scene look like?
Right.
That can be a bit of a challenge for somebody who has an abandonment issue because they aren't used to thinking that way.
No, they're automatically going to go to the default where they go, well, he's going to leave or she's going to leave or they're going to leave.
Yeah. So it takes a little effort. It takes a little bit of determination to shift the scene around. But what does that scene look like when they actually stay?
All right.
Can you handle it if they stay?
Yeah.
How does that feel when they stay?
Right.
What if they stay too long?
Yeah, there's a fine line between abandonment and overstaying your welcome.
That's true. But that abandonment is, I think it's such a difficult one because we end up making little judgments like that one that you and I just laughed at. But for the person who's experiencing the abandonment issue, that's a real thought process.
Right, it is. Yeah.
That's a way of justifying staying in the abandonment mode. So that's what we're really trying to change here. We're trying to turn around what is it like to live a life where we are loved and that love is retained?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of,
Because it could happen if you just thought about it for a second.
and what does that feel like? What is it? What kind of experience is that? And Neville points out you don't have to build this huge big scene.
Right. You don't have to make a vision board. Just think about it for a second.
You have to come up with one little sequence.
Yeah.
Just one little sequence, and then just keep replaying that sequence.
Yeah.
So we just saved you, countless hundreds of dollars in therapy.
Or get a life coach. It's a little cheaper.
Or a life coach. Yeah, life coaches are a little cheaper. Not much.
A little more reasonable, but
$10 off. Hey, let me tell you, the life coaches I know, they charge a pretty penny.
I would think so. They're very good, so they should.
They are, yeah.
Yeah. Charge for what you're worth.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, well, we've just resolved abandonment. Now, there are people with abandonment issues who are saying, "Well, you haven't come close to solving my problem. It's just you aren't even there yet."
And they're going to feel really hurt when we leave them in 10 minutes. They're going to feel abandoned again. But I'll be back on Thursday, so don't feel too bad.
Now you got me wondering, every time that we finish a show, are we abandoning the audience? Oh, no.
I mean, at least for 24 hours.
I guess the flip side of that is not everybody stays for the entire 60 minutes, so they're abandoning us. So I guess it's fair.
Oh, that's rude. But it also brings me to say that if you're a subscriber, you can look and hear us anytime you want, so you won't feel
nice segue. Really good. Do you want to do the whole promo?
I do. No, I'm not good with your part. I'm just good with my part.
Well, you do your part, and I'll do my part.
Okay, so if you want to see us all the time, you can go to YouTube and go to LOA Today podcast videos. And once you see our smiling faces, mainly mine, because I'm on there a lot. Look for the hair, but not always the same one. So once
the ears will give it away.
The ears, well, my new unicorn ears are coming.
You have new unicorn ears coming.
Unicorn ears, yes.
Interrupt the promo. We have an important station announcement. The unicorn ears are coming.
This
is not a drill.
Here next week or at some point, yes.
End of special announcement. Back to the
End of special announcement. They're going to be amazing, just so you know. So tune in, subscribe, and tune in. Anyway, so yes, once you see our smiling faces, you can hit the subscribe button, and next to the subscribe button, there is a little silver bell. And when you hit the little silver bell, make sure you click all, not always. So you will always be notified when we are live.
And there it is. Now, of course, that's for people who want to see us. Podcasting is about just hearing, which is great if you just want to be able to listen while you're running around during your day, which is what people tend to do with podcasts.
Yep.
So how do you do that? Well, if you already have podcast software of some kind, look on your platform for LOA Today, do a search, and chances are we're going to pop up. But if for some reason you can't find it there, just go to our homepage, loatoday.net, and right at the top of the page, you will find all the instructions for how to subscribe using your device, even if it's a fruit phone. And once you subscribed, all the episodes come streaming right to your phone or device or whatever you use as soon as we publish them. So there are your two ways to subscribe, and we hope you do both of them.
Yes.
Which people are doing more of, by the way. I think I mentioned that.
Yes, they are. Yes.
Yeah. This past summer, we were averaging around 250 to 275. We're now averaging 300 to 325. So,
and we're going to keep growing.
And it continues to grow. It's getting exciting.
It is.
Now, on the topic of purple shirts, I got to go back to Jenny again because she's giving us more food to chew on, so to speak here. She says, can think of it as building positive associations to replace the negative associations. I like to do that, she says, with places that held negative memories.
Yeah. Coping skills. Necessary. Yeah.
And that is the pivot that she's describing there. That is the essence of pivoting. Building positive associations is pivoting. Because every time you pivot, you just reinforce one more time.
Yep.
Positive thing, whatever it is. And that's the cool part. It can be whatever you want it to be, whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah. It doesn't even have to be related to the topic.
Explain.
let's say that you're trying to get rid of abandonment issues.
Okay.
Well, you can pivot to something about being included or about being, somebody sticking around. You can do that. But you can also pivot to, I want to go out and hike because I like hiking.
Oh, so you're saying if you're dealing with abandonment issues, get used to being alone and you won't be so bad.
No, I'm saying if you're dealing with abandonment issues and you just can't bring yourself to focus on, I am going to be included and so forth because it's too big of a leap, then go after something that you just enjoy, period. Regardless of whether there's somebody else involved.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean,
I was going to say maybe like think of activities where you can join groups.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So, people in groups aren't most likely not going to abandon you unless the group just stops meeting or whatever.
You're trying to set somebody up, aren't you? I can tell.
No. I'm just saying.
See, I joined the group and the group dissolved.
Yeah, I'm just saying, or get a puppy.
Yeah. Puppy.
They don't usually
pets
abandon
are loyal.
You.
Pets are very, very loyal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
they need you because you feed them.
it doesn't matter what kind of day you have. It doesn't matter what kind of day they have. As soon as you walk in the door, they're just happy to see you.
Yes, exactly.
Ecstatic, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's inclusiveness no matter how you look at it.
Exactly.
It's inclusiveness that can actually go so far that you say, I'm so tired of this dog.
All right. As my dog just looked at me, he heard me. He's like, why are you so excited about that comment?
Well, either that or else he was saying, is it feeding time?
No.
Not that.
I pour a food mountain and he just slowly eats throughout the week.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have to.
You're fortunate.
I am. I'm very spoiled. Yes.
A lot of dogs, you can't do that. You put the whole thing out.
They'll eat the whole thing.
Yeah. And be sick as what? A dog?
Yeah, no, both my dogs, they just come and eat whenever they please. And then when the bowl's empty, they're like, hey. It's Sunday. It's time to pour a new bowl.
It's Sunday.
Yeah. Yes, my dogs have a calendar and they tell time.
It's nice to know that there are more animals that do that because I know that there are animals that do tell time. It's just, I mean, my wife had an alarm cat. I always thought that was pretty cool. And, a cat that can actually wake you up at a particular time that you want to be awakened. I think it's really good.
I'm going to try that with Rusty. I'm going to tell him what time I want to wake up tomorrow and see what he does.
I asked her how she set the cat. And she said, literally, she just told the cat. I said, I need to wake tomorrow morning at 7:30, and the cat would wake her just before 7:30. She didn't give it a little extra snooze time.
I was going to say, did she hit the snooze button? Because I thought I'd be like, okay. Yeah. I'm like, come back in 5 minutes.
In fact, there was one period of time where the cat was waking her to go to work every day at the same time. And one day she woke up feeling sick and says, I'm not going into work today. And the cat went meow and jumped off the bed and went away for the next half hour to let her sleep some more.
Yeah. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You don't need me today. Cool. You got the day off. I got the day off.
That's right. Go curl up in the corner or chase a mouse or something.
I hope not. Oh.
Well, that's the
Alarm
other thing.
cat is a hashtag.
Alarm cat.
People are going to look at our hashtags and be like, what? What is this episode about?
That's
gotta watch and find out.
It just demonstrates the stream of consciousness we go through every time we do a Tuesday show. I mean,
it's crazy up in here.
It is, but it's a lot of fun.
It's a good crazy, though.
It is. It's a very good crazy. Especially considering Alex has apparently finally found him, which is pretty cool.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little early to say, I guess, but
I mean, according to him, we're already Facebook official. First of all, he told all his brothers and sisters that I'm his
How many
soulmate.
are we talking?
What do you mean?
How many brothers and sisters are we talking about here?
Well, he has one brother, no, two brothers, and then like he's got a bunch of like adopted brothers and sisters, not like adopted, but like kids that always hung around the house and then they just grew up together. So yeah, they're all shades and colors. They're all hitting me up on Facebook going, congratulations, I'm so excited, can't wait to meet you. And I'm like, oh, this is a lot of people.
Apparently, yeah, that's a good size extended family.
Yeah, I already met his mother, so things are looking good.
You met his mother?
I met basically his intermediate family because they live across town. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the first week.
Yes. He is not playing.
Yeah, that's aggressively fast.
Yes, I know. My aunt was
really
like,
fast.
"What?" She was like, "He is not playing around. He met
no
the mother."
kidding.
I was like, "Yeah, I guess."
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, tune in next time, folks, to see how Alex's relationship is working out, because I'm going to be curious myself.
Weekly updates, people. Come back for the weekly updates.
I tell you. Wow. I mean, seriously, if I'd had a situation, a relationship situation that was sprouting that fast, that would have scared the daylights out of me.
You know what? I feel like every relationship moves at the speed of whatever the relationship's supposed to move at.
I suppose that's true.
Because you can make friends that fast.
Well, maybe you can.
I do, because I'm sparkly. So,
well, this is true.
But yeah, I mean,
but you know what I'm like. I mean, because we got to know each other over time, and I don't attach to somebody right away. It takes
you're like a shy cat.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really shy anymore in the sense that on the podcast I'll talk to somebody without any real difficulty, but I don't allow myself to open up to that person for quite some time until it really feels okay to do so.
Right.
So even that, I mean, a week is fast as far as
It is fast.
That's really fast.
Yeah.
It could be good. We'll have to see. Tune in next week just to find out. And with that happy thought in mind, thank you for sharing the wonderful details.
No problem. My life is an open book.
As well as all your insights, because you have some great insights about relationships and baggage and leaving it behind at the bus depot and all that kind of thing. So,
putting it in fanny pack and all that stuff.
I got her saying fanny pack now. That's pretty good. So with that thought in mind, thank you very much. Thank you to Jenny, who joined us on our live stream, and especially thank you to all of our podcast listeners. We'll see you all next time here on LOA Today. Bye, everybody.